What's going on, guys? Nick here. Today we are finally going to be changing these junk splitter rods that are on the car for these better high quality ones that aren't going to fall apart like these did. And the main thing I want to show this video to you guys is why, because I didn't do an install on it, is these quick releases on the side of the car. I'm going to show you how these help fix the BRZ bumper gap that you get when you take your bumper off more than like 1 or 2 times, and the clips on the inside break. So I'm going to show you basically how these work, how they're installed, and then while we're doing that, we're going to be putting new splitter rods on the car. Alright, so even though we do have quick releases on the car, these 2 little buttons here, you still do have to remove some hardware to get the bumper off. This little cowl piece here has to be removed. So there's 10mm bolts. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there used to be clips, but I don't have them in there because I have the quick releases and the bolts hold them in enough. So remove these bolts up top. There are a few little clips. You really can't see them here in the light, but there are 3 clips down here to remove the fender liner. Same on the other side, and then once that comes off, you no longer, when you have these quick releases on, you no longer have to remove the side markers separately from the bumper. It doesn't clip in anymore. It literally comes off with the bumper, so it makes everything a lot easier. You don't have to remove these pieces of junk. And same on the other side. Do the same thing on this side, and then we will pull the bumper off. And I just have to drill different holes, not different ones, but just bigger holes for the down here and up here. And then I'll show you guys the inside here and how these work and how they were installed. Okay, now that all of these plastic clips are removed on your fender liner, so that's set free. All these bolts are removed in the cowl, or the piece, whatever one you want to call that holds us on here. These ones are done too. The way these quick releases work is there's a button here, and you push it, and you push this one, and then it literally just comes right off. Ta-da! That's that easy. Okay, so that's a bug nest in here? Alright, that's cool. Okay, now that that nasty nest thing is removed, the basic idea of what you want to do to install this is, it used to be your stock plastic clips in this piece right here. You want to pull them out of there. It used to be in this part of it as well. And once that's removed, you have space to do what you need to do. And there is an angled piece here. There's one on the inside of the bumper on this side, and there's one on the outside here. And you angle it together so that it holds the piece where it sticks out where it needs to, and it's held on by a nut. This one you have to drill out. So you drill a hole there, and then put it through, and then you have to reach back here. The hardest part is reaching back here to get the nut on the other end of it so that it works properly. But you drill the hole here, use the factory hole here with the 2 angled pieces that they provide in the kit, and then bolt these in. And the only other thing you need to do is you need to remove this headlight piece right here, and you need to cut this with a Dremel so that you have the room for this piece to come out. And other than that, it's fairly straightforward and fairly simple. There is a PDF file online that I will probably put in the description to do this, so that you guys know what you're doing with it. Alright, I had to do that one off camera because I'm not left-handed, and holding the camera and trying to do it with my left hand was like damn near impossible. But you can see this side. Here's that angled piece. Oh, if I can focus on it. There's an angled piece here, another one on the other side. Like I said, use the factory hole for this one, drill this one out, and then put the bolt on. And then the other hardest part about it is getting these on. Alright, so these are the buttons for the quick releases. You need to drill 2 3/4 inch wide holes in the bumper here, and they're held on by a nut on the other side. And the whole way that I did it was I put these posts in, and you kind of have to make it so that they stick out and you can see them here. And you're gonna have to adjust them like a couple times to make sure that everything bolts in properly. But the way that I got it so that it drilled the hole properly was I put a dab of grease on the end of this and on the end of this, and I took the bumper, picked it up, and I pushed it against the 2 little posts here that had the grease on them. And then wherever the little dot was on the back of the bumper, I drilled a tiny hole coming this way so that I would know where the hole is right in the center. And then I took a stepped drill bit, which is like, it looks like a cone, and drilled in this way so that it wouldn't fray the bumper going this way, so that these could go in properly, and drilled it until it was 3/4. And that's basically all I had to do. Like I said, this one you have to cut here, the headlight little plastic housing, that has to be cut so that this one can work. But other than that, it's fairly simple to do. It only took me about an hour and a half to do, and it's very worth it, and it fixes the bumper gap. I'll post pictures of what the bumper looked like before and after with that gap on it, and it's like pretty intense, the difference. Here's from the top of this one. The difference is pretty crazy. So alright, now we're going to remove these splitter rods. Now that I've kind of explained how to do those quick releases, we're going to remove these splitter rods and put the new ones on, but I just have to drill some bigger holes and then we'll be good to go. Okay, one more thing. I cannot emphasize enough how convenient it is that you don't have to pull the side marker off anymore. It literally comes off with the bumper. It's fantastic. It saves so much time and so much aggravation because these clips for these side markers are absolute garbage and I can't stand them. And when the side marker comes off with the bumper, it makes your life so much easier and you don't want to kill your car every time you have to take the bumper off. So just the money alone that you spend on these fixes the aggravation for these, because I've had to buy like 2 sets of these because of clips breaking and everything else snapping on them because of removing the bumper. So this alone, buying these and fixing the bumper gap and you being able to take the side marker off with the bumper is fantastic. Okay, the old splitter rods are removed with their tiny little holes that I have to drill out. Right there, and then they're a little bit, right, there's one there, and there's one there. I have to drill them out a little bit bigger, which the top ones kind of worry me a little bit because I'm going to hit one of these rods that are in the middle of here, but I don't think it should hurt anything. These are the old rods. Junk. These are the new rods. They look pretty high quality, and they're adjustable a lot farther than these were. Like, these were like maxed out and they were like falling apart. Like, you could just turn it a little bit. I think it was this way I'd turn it and it would just like fall apart. So we're out, done with those. We're gonna use these. I just gotta drill bigger holes. I think they have to be 1/4 inch. If not, they might have to be a little bit bigger than that, but I'm gonna get the drill the holes and see how they work. So let's try it. Okay, so the bottom holes are drilled. I still have to do the top ones, but the hardware's all in. I have them sized properly to where they need to be, to where the old ones were. I just need to drill those holes out top bigger and use these on the top of them. I used a 1/4 inch bit to drill these holes. It wasn't quite big enough, so I kind of like took the drill and went around the hole to make it a little bit bigger, and then I took these and I put these through so that it was like the perfect size. So like these made the threads that they're going to be in there for themselves. So they made their own threads and it worked out really well actually. They're in there pretty good. I just have to bolt this one up into the top and this one, and then it'll be good to go. We can put it back on the car. Alright guys, the new splitter rods are on completely and they look so much better than the other ones did. Only thing I had to do was I had to drill new holes because of the posts in the grill back here. It wouldn't fit properly, so I had to drill holes above it. You're not going to see these holes because the splitter rods are big enough that they block it. But I had to do both on that side, one on this side, one on that side, and it turned out so good, so much better than these flimsy pieces of junk. Look at them. Garbage. So now we have these new ones on the car. All we gotta do is put the bumper on now and everything is solid. Alright, this is the finished product. Everything is on the car and it looks good. I have the car running, but everything looks good. I like it. Alright guys, so that's how these quick releases help the bumper gap get fixed after you take your bumper on and off a couple times. It makes it taking the bumper on and off when you have to do things like the splitter rods so much easier, and I absolutely love them. These new splitter rods are fantastic. If you guys want, I can put the link for these in the description if you guys really want to put them on your car. And yeah, they work great, they look great. Also, there's going to be something that's changing on the car that's been on it for quite a while. I'm not going to make a video of it yet, it's going to be kind of a surprise, but something that's been on this car for quite a while now is going to be changed and it's going to look very different. So stay tuned for that. I'm hopefully going to try to get that done by the end of this month, if not sometime very soon. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.